Mic check, mic check, mic check. Let me know. Let me know if the audio is together. Mic check. Who up with me? I have to start this live over. Who up with me? Let a few people come up in. Please, can y'all hear me? You good now? I bet. Is the mic clear? Let me know if the mic is clear. Yeah, you good money. All right, cool, cool, cool. So this live is about Sharell Canty, age 44, famous Atlanta nightclub opium owner, was killed by her ex-wife in a domestic dispute. We're gonna let a few people get up in here. That's the topic tonight. Rest in peace to her. Shout out to the whole Atlanta scene, her loved ones, her friends, her family. We're gonna talk about it. Just hit the like, hit the subscription as y'all come in. We talking about Sharell Canty. Sharell Canty. Excuse me. Age 44. Resident, a resident of Grayson, Georgia. Also known as Atlanta's nightclub Opium's owner. She's definitely was a tastemaker of the Atlanta night scene. I met her years back. Rest in peace with Chubby Baby. She was the life of the party. From the post that you can see people putting all over Instagram and Facebook, she's gonna be very missed. Like, I feel like since the pandemic, Atlanta been taking a hit. That's the last time I think I enjoyed myself when I went to Atlanta. Now, I think like 2 years ago, I was out there shooting a movie, and that's right around the time Chubby Baby died. I didn't get to make his service because I had obligations to shoot in this movie, and it was like an hour and 20 away from the city. We was just like deep out in the countryside, and I remember going out on a promotional run with BBOD at the time, and Chubby Baby, he was a tastemaker and a very intricate person that moved to Atlanta and made that his home, and he would just take us around the clubs and get our records played and stuff like that. And she's definitely one of the people that I ran into through and introduced through Chubby Baby. Like, she was the life of the party. She just was one of the people that was pushing the Atlanta culture forward on the nightlife scene. Like, so many clubs, it's not even around no more, like the Gold Room and stuff like that in Atlanta. For her to kept Opium open for so many years with a good rapport, I think was dope. And it's just unfortunate that, she had to lose her life such in a tragic way. Well, Atlanta ain't been the same. Anybody in the chat from Atlanta? Atlanta ain't been the same since the indictments. There's been a lot of death in Atlanta. A lot of people moving out of Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? Even Mr. Ruggs, he ain't even been doing none of his black or white affairs in Atlanta. He's been doing them in Miami. And I feel like it's starting to feel like when BMF got locked up in Atlanta, that's how it's starting to feel in Atlanta. Like, it's like Atlanta ain't really got no motion right now. if y'all anybody in Atlanta in the chat, let me know. But she was 44 years old, very successful young lady, um, club owner, opium, life of the party, staple in her city. You know what I'm saying? And unfortunately died by the hands of her ex-lover. You know what I'm saying? Her ex-companion. And it's sad, man. Like Atlanta, like and the crazy thing, my whole family lives in Atlanta. Like my whole lineage of family is from Atlanta, Reynolds, Georgia, to be exact, right? And now that I go to Atlanta, even though I have a bunch of family that I love dearly, like certain things don't be making me want to go back to Atlanta. It's always like a black cloud, like over my mood when I go to Atlanta now, especially that my guy Chubby Baby passed away. Cause when it got to at one time when I know I'm going to Atlanta, you know you gonna go check Chubby Baby. Chubby Baby know where all the parties at. He got the studio. You know what I'm saying? He gonna make sure you good. You know what I'm saying? And when you lose intricate people like that in your life, man, it kind of dampens on visiting those places, man. I know for me, I don't know about y'all, but for me, like if I got a person that lived in Miami and they passed away, when I go there or something like that, I'ma always think of them. You know what I'm saying? Or the times we had, the talks we done had. You know what I'm saying? It's just unfortunate that people are losing their lives, and I'm feeling like the culture. I ain't going to say the culture. I just feel like the 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 litness of Atlanta is gone. Like Atlanta was a hot spot even in the pandemic, but I feel like since then it's really not been no traction going on in Atlanta. Now it's always going to be lit nights and it's going to be fun, but a lot of the intricate people that make the culture in Atlanta is either leaving Atlanta or passed away. You got Rico Wade, you got Little Key, you got so many people that passed away, and you got friendships that was broken. You had those little Rich Homie Quan. Atlanta's been really taking a hit these last couple of years, man. It's really been taking a hit. And I'm talking about not regular people, I'm talking about intricate elite staples of this city of Atlanta it's sad to see because Atlanta, it took so long for Atlanta to get their spot. And after they got their spot, they was reigning supreme for like 20 years. But now I'm starting to see you, that kind of dwindle out now. You know what I'm saying? Even with the nightlife, especially with the nightlife. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Ruggs, he was throwing those parties down there every year. I didn't get to go to one of those, but from my friends' videos and stuff that they send me back, and feel like I'm there. But he done took his talents to South Beach on some LeBron shit. Shout out to Mr. Ruggs. And I can understand, like, you can't stay at one spot too long. After you done, you know, done did the unthinkable, you done accomplished a lot of things in a town that you not naturally from. Like if you a person from New York and became successful in Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? That's a blessing. Ray Daniels, shout out to everybody that's New Yorkers that actually went down to Atlanta and made their bones down there. You know what I'm saying? Ray Daniels, Chubby Baby, you know what I'm saying? Um, um, Puff the Mayor, um, Obi the promoter. So many people from New York went to Atlanta and helped expand the culture just because we are New York and Atlanta is like one and the same. You know what I'm saying? But in certain aspects, Atlanta's a little bit more cultural when it comes to black folks because it's the black Hollywood. It's more wealth down there for black folks. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of more opportunity, you know what I'm saying, to be successful if you a person who got your head on straight and you focus, you got a team to help you up. But for the most part, Atlanta's like kind of losing that momentum. You know what I'm saying? and it's just due to the fact that significant people that helped to push the culture forward in the city of Atlanta is, unfortunately passing away, getting it killed, or actually just packing up and moving. Kareem. Same reason I don't go back to Newark no more. Do you think Glorious about? Yeah, but rest in peace to Sharell. You know what I'm saying? You definitely put on for the city of Atlanta. You're gonna be truly missed. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna be a night that people come to opium and not wish to see your face. You get what I'm saying? That's that, and that's a hard pill to swallow, man. That's a hard pill. Like when like that's like a hard pill to swallow, man. What I'm starting to realize about life at this age that I'm at, I'll be 47 in a few weeks on the 18th of June, right? And I'm starting to realize that everything is changing. Nothing stays the same. Not that you want it or need it to be the same, but everything is just changing so fast and rapidly and drastically that you can't even fathom uh, how fast time is moving. Like I was walking through one of the first blocks I ever lived on, which was on 135th between 7th and 8th, and I'm walking and one side of the street is like halfway knocked down, and I remember as a little kid I used to go to this store called Mr. Davis, and he was a local candy store, and to see that building is being knocked down and the neighborhood is being so gentrified, it's kind of like a bittersweet. It's good that you see, they making the landscape of the city look good, but they taking a lot of the childhood memories away. I remember when I lived on that building, it was probably like, I say, give or take, 6 functional buildings on that block. Everything else around it was condemned, and it's the same block of the precinct. I remember the snowstorm of like 83, 84. I was a little kid. I was so small. When I came outside, I almost got lost in the snow. My cousin Latrell, get well, Trail, I love you, one day at a time. That's our slogan. I remember my mom took me to go play out in the snow. I don't know what time of the night it was, but I know it wasn't nobody outside but us, me, my cousin, and my mom's, and we was playing in the snow. And I almost got lost in the snow. Like I dropped so far in the snow, they was looking for me for like 2 minutes. Like, yo, where you go? Where you go? Like that was one of like the illest. Like this, that's when back in the days when New York had snowstorms. It really had snowstorms. It was probably like 2, maybe 3 feet of snow back in them days. Like this snow that we get now is nothing. I'm talking about the snow that we used to get back in the day was white crystally. Like I know they playing with the weather machines. The snow that we used to get back was white crystally, looked like brand new sugar, soft. You know what I'm saying? You can snow so clean you can eat it. People used to make snow cones literally out the real snow. But I don't know if you can do that now. You probably get sick. But it just, gentrification is good and it's a bad way because it takes a lot of landmarks away, things that's not supposed to be taken away from the neighborhood, that's supposed to be restored and replenished and rebuilt and maintain. They tearing these landmarks down. You know what I'm saying? And it's a shame. You know what I'm saying, that they're erasing culture, they're erasing history. They're not giving you a chance to be able to school your kids on what was here before them. That's the sad part about gentrification. It erases a lot of memories. you know what I'm saying, not out your mind, but far as, you know, the landscape of where you from. Where you from, New York? Yeah, I'm from Harlem. But yeah, man, a lot of stuff is changing. A lot of stuff is changing. I'm not even surprised no more about a lot of things, man. And it's crazy, my man Chubby Baby, he been on my mind a lot lately. I've been watching old uh videos of Chubbs on YouTube. He was doing like the A&R podcast before he passed, and I just rewatched the episodes and just try to capture every gem that he left here after his physical left this earth. You know what I'm saying? That's the good thing about documenting and vlogging and you know, pausing time kind of in a way like you able to record time. And I think that's the thing, the best thing I think was ever invented, for us to be able to communicate with total strangers that actually come vibe with us. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm on my way to 20,000 subscribers. I appreciate everybody that subscribed, everybody that's been with me since I was doing the Unconstituted Hip Hop Stories. And I tell people, people want me to bring the stories back. I'm gonna bring the stories back, but that was just a chapter in my life that I felt that I needed to get out. It wasn't meant to be a permanent thing. You know what I'm saying? There's only so many stories you can tell and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And I kind of started a trend. I kind of started the storytelling on YouTube. For a fact, I'm the number one storyteller, the greatest storyteller ever alive when it comes to this YouTube shit. Depends on how you look at it. Well, that's a positive way to look at it. Yeah, change in progress. A lot of heavy changing. A lot of heavy changing. A lot of heavy changing. And I always act like you can build the buildings, you know what I'm saying? But the people don't change. You know what I'm saying? So how is gentrification a good thing if you're not changing the opportunities and the abilities for people to rise up out what they was used to? It's like you might live on a block of the you might live on a block, or you might live in the projects, and 2 blocks away they got $1 million condos. How did that function? How like we've been wanting to get out this shit forever. People been wanting to get out the hood forever. Like, first thing they do, they get money. The person with their head on straight get money and get the fuck out of their surroundings. But now you got people that's able to afford the rent, and they come and move in these neighborhoods that we been here forever, and they want to move out. You know what I'm saying? We want to move out, they want to move in. How ironic is that? So what do they know that we don't know? What do these people that's moving in our neighborhoods know that we don't know? They moving in. It's like you can go in the summertime, you go out 2, 3 in the morning, you be outside, you see all type of different ethnicities of people walking their dogs, talking, having fun, this, that, and the third. When I was growing up, you ain't see that. It was blacks, Puerto Ricans, you know, Asians that was running the fish markets and the Chinese restaurants and the fruit and vegetable places. But other than that, you didn't really see Caucasian people besides police officers in your neighborhood. Now you have neighbors that actually are Caucasian and Asian and Russian and All type, like I said, all type of ethnicities of people that live next door to you, across from you, under you, above you, and it's just due to the fact that New York City is always going to be one of the most convenient cities in the world. This the only place you can wake up 4 in the morning, go actually buy you a bag of weed, go get you a full course meal, probably go to a club, after hour spot. This New York City is truly the city that's gonna always hold that city that never sleeps. New York do not sleep. Do not. It's somebody moving, somebody doing something all hours of the day, 24/7, 365, 366 leap year. New York is always moving. It's not like that everywhere. You go to certain places in America, after 7 o'clock, it's over. Like you go to Cali, after a certain um hour, it's dangerous to be on them Los Angeles streets. That should be a ghost town. Only motherfuckers out is motherfuckers that's looking to spin the block or go do some shit they ain't got no business doing. That's straight up. I lived in Cali. I lived in Chicago. After a certain time, you ain't gonna see motherfuckers posted up, standing outside and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But now, the hood world, the suburb. Yeah. But I wonder how the property value is up in these neighborhoods that they gentrifying when it's still a whole lot of drug selling, bunch of crime, murders, rapes, killings, robberies. They only gentrifying the perception of what you think is going on. Cause if you think about it, right, when they was selling buildings in Harlem for pennies, we had a lot of wealthy drug dealers. But you know what happened? We didn't have financial literacy. We just start using these terms like a few years ago. You never really, when I was growing up, I never heard about financial literacy, generational wealth. They didn't say that, they didn't speak that type of language in the hood. Why? Because nobody had generational wealth and nobody had financial literacy. So where the fuck was you gonna get the information from? See, now we live in the era of information. Information is everywhere, on your phone, outside, anywhere you can look. Especially with these smartphones, you can get information from anywhere. When the era I come from was called keep a nigga fucking dumb. Niggas didn't like you to like yo, and let me tell you something. Do your history. The slaves that knew how to read and write and knew curriculum, those was the slaves that got whipped and killed because they didn't want you to be smart. They didn't want you to learn because you had you was a threat because you can potentially start teaching other slaves how to read and write and know curriculum and stuff like that. So if you know how to read and write, you better to act deaf, dumb, and blind. They did not like that. You had to be real secretive when it came to having knowledge. And that's the era. It seemed like those teachings rolled over into generations of how people was thinking, because we was taught this for 400 years of when we was in captivity, uh, and this was kind of indoctrinated the way that we was raised. So it came to a point in time when your own people was trying to get over you to keep you dumb. You know what I'm saying? don't you don't need to know about this. Just rap. You don't need to know I handle the business. And if you let another motherfucker handle your business, you gonna always be broke because you ain't gonna know what the fuck is going on. You ain't gonna even know how to receive your money. You ain't gonna know how to even how to service your records or sign off or receive. You ain't gonna know none of that shit if you ain't got the knowledge of it. So I'm telling y'all now, if you getting in the music business or anything you getting in, do the knowledge first, learn it, so a motherfucker can't pull no wool over your eyes. Cause I'm telling you, the this is a doggy world, bro, and this shit don't get nobody gives a fuck. And if a motherfucker can get a little bit of leeway over you, they definitely will. They will if you let a nigga take an inch, he's gonna take a mile. The reason why places like Newark can't can't get gentrified like the way they want is because of the people. The people won't let the community grow. It affects the way they maneuver. That's like taking a fish out of water. You get what I'm saying? You take away the resources of the people die off and it gets worse. And that's what they want. The things that they can't convert is a problem for them because they don't understand that's the way the people eat. It might be your favorite burger spot that been there for 30 years, your favorite Chinese restaurant, your favorite sneaker store, your favorite cleaners, your favorite Spanish restaurant. It might be all these ethnicities in the community of people that have businesses there, and they buy the land, they give you an offer, and they get you the fuck out of there. See, and when you do that, you got a whole bunch of people that you're taking opportunity and finances from. So the people in Newark, New Jersey, they not really having that shit. They not gonna let you. They gonna do everything in their ability to keep change from happening. And I'm not saying that's a good thing, but it's not a bad thing neither, because once they get control of your community and they start weeding all the things that you've been surviving off, you're gonna have to learn new ways of how to maneuver on a survival level, because they gonna take everything. Don't look. That's why you don't have block parties, park jams, nothing. They take everything that we abused for so many years and didn't do it the right way. They took away from us. They took the street corners away from us. They took the parks. They took they took everything that we used to our abilities to prosper in life. They took it away. What happens when they take away opportunity? You got a bunch of people that's running around with their head chopped off trying to figure it out. It's controlled chaos, and that's what they want. So they can fully get control. If you taking people, if you take an opportunity for a person to go outside and all he know is how to fend for himself, is going outside since he was 13, 14 years old, and just one day you cut that off, how you think a person's gonna survive? What you think they gonna do? What you think um the measures of means they gonna do or take to survive? They gonna jump off the deep end. Nigga gonna crash out. You know why they gonna crash out? Cause a motherfucker feel like I ain't got nothing to lose. That's why motherfuckers crash out. Cause nigga feel like he ain't got nothing to lose. Why not go all the way and crash the whole fucking plane into the building? Why not? Why not just crash out? I don't got nothing. I'm fucked up. My baby mother on my back. My niggas is snakes. The block done slowed up. Crack not selling. Everybody got weed. So you start to look at it and be like, yo, I gotta get my shit together. And by the time you realize you get yourself, you up in age. You don't walk the same. You don't talk the same. You ain't as energized as you used to be when you was a young lad. People don't think about the perception of how life hits you and the reality. That's why you always got to stay focused. You always got to create means of surviving. And the reason why people not surviving because they trying to hit this plateau to be so big. No, it's about getting yours. And if you can turn it into something, so be it. But survive. Social media got niggas fucked up because everybody, when you go to social media, everybody's living a good life. And you fucked up and you trying to figure out what they doing and I'm not doing. I'm smart, I'm intelligent, I'm handsome, I'm pretty, I got a fat ass, I got nice titties, I got nice teeth, I got this, I got that. You can have a whole lot of things going on for you and don't have shit going on. Because everything is a perception, everything is a facade to make you think that this is the way everybody is living. It's a small percentage of people that live wealthy in a lot in a life of luxury. The percentage is very small, but due to the fact that we have a tool that we can use to perceive ourselves in any way we can be Superman today. We can be Catwoman. We can be Batman. People can be whoever they want to be on social media. That's why you got so many fucking characters running around. See, I come here and crack my jokes and get into my zone and be funny because that's just naturally what type of nigga I am. If you grew up with me, you know he a funny nigga. He get fly, he get money. He's very intelligent. He's gonna always try to uplift his people. He's always gonna have an idea. Like me, I give more ideas than I use for myself because I was taught not to be selfish with opportunity when it come to your people. Meaning, I can have an idea that I know I might can't do nothing with, but it might fit the person right next to me. And if they choose to help me in that way when they get on, so be it. But if not, sometimes you gotta share the jewel. You gotta see. Sometimes you gotta just see stuff that you think about and that you create in your mind being executed. Sometimes it's all about the execution. You ever thought about that? Sometimes it's always about the execution. Just seeing it play out. Like, you might think, yo, let me do, like, sometimes I think about a piece of clothing that I want to design. And to where I create a anxiety to where I can't sleep because I gotta get the idea out. I gotta execute it. Like I did, like I'm dropping the All City. I'm gonna show y'all some new pieces I designed today. So one night I was smoking, vibing, and I caught a vibe. You know what I'm saying? I caught a vibe. I was watching a bunch of old school videos, and after I finished watching a bunch of old school music videos, I started watching Beat Street, right? And I was just like, yo, look how life used to look, so vibrant, so colorful. You know what I'm saying? Feel good. We don't like the vibration on the earth is low, the frequency is low, everything turning dull, colors like erasing and fading away. Remember the movie Fat Albert? And it was like after a while he started fading away, like the colors started fading out, like his red started looking like a pink and an orange. That's how life is starting to look. So I said, yo, I gotta start bringing that vibe back to where you can go to Mark 125. God willing, Elf is still alive. I don't even think so though. Cause I think somebody told me he passed away, but I hope I'm wrong. But there used to be this guy named Elf. If y'all from Harlem and you my age, I'll be 47. But if you ever went to Mark 125, they had an airbrush booth, and this guy, he had dreadlocks and he had glasses like mine, and his name was Elf, and he was an ill ass nigga on that airbrush. And as I'm sitting watching Beach Street and shit, I'm just thinking to my mind like, yo, you know what? I gotta bring that feeling back to when I was a little kid. You know what I'm saying? And when I make clothes and design clothes, it's therapeutic to me because I always create something that was an inspiration to me coming up. So these is the shorts. You know what I'm saying? The cranberry and vodka. Y'all know that's my brand called Cranberry Vodka. Those are the shorts. It got the train station logos, the stones on it and all that. In the back pocket, you know what I'm saying? Got the subway logos and shit. Got this oversized tee with the cranberry and vodka on it. You know what I'm saying? You got the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on it, on the sleeve. These will be dropping. I told you I was thinking about Beach Street. I threw the Ramo, the original Ramo burner throw up piece on it. And on the back of the shirt, it got the train. Y'all can see that? On the back of the shirt, it got the train and all that old school shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I be doing on my spare time. I be designing, you know, I custom make clothes. I do merch drops. I create merch for other artists, for other companies. But yeah, this is I'm gonna call this short set ain't nothing like the old school, and that's not real airbrush. That's actually a print. I just designed it to make it look like that. Got the main train on the back. You know what I'm saying? Niggas can't fuck with me when it come to this fashion designing. You know what I'm saying? Don't that shit remind you of back in the days in the 80s when you get on the train and the whole train is dirty with graffiti? Don't that remind you of that? Don't that remind you of that? Don't that remind you of a block party when everybody went to go get an airbrush shirt? I threw the purple stones on that thing and all that. Come on. Got that rainbow on the sleeve. How you got the rainbow on the sleeve? Got the rainbow on the sleeve. Then you would be like, these is all the trains that I had to get around on when I was a young nigga. I'm from Broadway. I had to take the one train or the 9 or the 2 and the 3 or going to the Bronx taking the 4, 5, the 6. That guard number, that 7 train. You know what I'm saying? Got the hats to match. You know what I'm saying? We get busy over here. We get busy. DM me. You want custom short sets, hoodies, hats, beanies, t-shirts, basketball team tournament shirts. Hit me up at the real Uncasa. Hit me up. And I do fast turnarounds. Big orders, 4 to 5 days. But shit like that, I sit here and create merch. You know what I'm saying? I create clothes. I ain't buy another motherfucker brand in like almost 12 years. I make my own clothes. Shout out to my homegirl, Nene Lady H. This her brand special delivery. But like, when you got ideas, like I said, execute the motherfuckers. Execute them. I seen that in my mind. I executed it. I had to. And if nobody order it, nobody order it. It can be a fly outfit. My birthday coming up. It's gonna be one of my throw-on outfits for the day and for the weekend or something. Go find a mean pair of good, colorful sneakers and throw that. Get my dreads twisted up. Get right. Throw on a Rockefeller piece, colorful joint. You know what I'm saying? Got them colors in it. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. But other than that, you know what I'm saying? But yeah. Rest in peace to um Sharell, um, owner of Opium nightclub in Atlanta. If you're a nightclub goer from New York to Atlanta and you tapped in, you know who she was. You knew she was the life of the party. All she wanted to do is have a good time. You know what I'm saying? You know, be a staple in her community. She's one of the last. Opium was one of the last surviving clubs in Atlanta, even from the BMF days. Like one thing about Atlanta, Atlanta in the last 20 years went through like 5 different eras. Like eras used to be years. Like eras now is just like an era used to be like 10 years back in the days. Like when we was coming up, it used to be like an era, it'd be like 10 years, right? Eras now be like 3-year runs, like like skid bids. Like you had the lean with it, rock with it era. Then you had the Jeezy, you had the Ti, you had the Gucci era, you had the BMF era. You had all this, you know. Then you got the 2 Chainz, the Little Babies. You start to get all these entities from Atlanta. Like it was different eras of Atlanta shit. And the thing is, everybody was watching everybody come up. When T.I. got on, Jeezy was watching him come up. When this one was on, this one was watching him come up. But then it made it look like they all came up together. No, it just so happens that Atlanta had that culture to where, you know, that they made it to where they understood the program. They understood the what had to be executed. You know what I'm saying? New York, we created the formula. Other people's had their own formula how they was gonna do it. You gotta tip your hat off to the Rico Wigs, the the uh Jermaine Dupri's, the folks like that, the Jazzy Fays, the Little Johns. You gotta salute guys like that that figured it out. You know what I'm saying? Now you got to think the guys like Vezo and the Dugs and the Peasies and everybody from Detroit, because it took so long for the real street niggas from Detroit to be able to display their talents and to get rich and to, you know, help each other come up. You know what I'm saying? Because for so long it was like a stigma on Detroit that you couldn't go there and get no money because, you know, it was like a no-fly zone. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Big OG Trick, shit like that. But due to the fact that they had to switch the narrative, you know what I'm saying? They only had Eminem, you know, they wasn't hot since the Pistons and Motown, and you know, after it was a certain time where the culture in Detroit died because all of the car factories had left Detroit. Detroit was like one of the biggest bankrupt cities in the United States. Like I remember, like back in the days in the '80s, New York was like one of the poorest cities because everything was condemned. The 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 landlords was doing property fraud, setting their buildings on fire to get the insurance money, shit like that. This shit looked like bombs hit this shit. I remember when Harlem had nothing but abandoned buildings and stray dogs by the packs. It'd be 4 or 5 dogs outside just walking around in the middle of the street, and you just might get chased by them shits. I come from the era when dogs seen you and they chase you. And it was fun because you like sometimes niggas be like, yo, let's go get chased by dogs. You be 5, 6 years old. You be if one of them motherfuckers catch you, your ass is out. But niggas used to go to the junkyards and the little blocks that all the buildings was knocked down and ain't got nothing but flat land and rocky gravel motherfucking courtyards, and the dogs be in there looking for food, and you go throw something at the dog and that motherfucker be mad, and motherfuckers chase you for 5 blocks, or you jump on top of a car or jump over some gates, and that's how the fuck you got away. But we used to do the dumbest shit as a young kid coming up in Harlem. You had to make do. Plus I come up in a Harlem where um summertime, you go get free lunch. You go to PS 92, the Rocky Mountain. They go you go out there at 2:30. They give you a free lunch. You know what I'm saying? I come from the free lunch, free breakfast era. You know what I'm saying? Nobody and you know, nowadays people make fun. Oh, you going to get free lunch, you free breakfast? Yo, niggas that motherfuckers that had money was sending their kids to go get free lunch and free breakfast and shit like that. They had the breakfast programs. Dr. Bombay, Dr. Pompey used to be on the commercials and shit like that. And I believe that was his name. And they used to be talking about the lunch programs and stuff like that. Like, I come up from that era. I come up from that era. And I always be trying to enlighten the people that's younger, that be tuning in, or the people that's my age that be tuning in, and you know, kind of be nostalgic or try to capture the times that we once was in into the future now. You know what I'm saying? So many things has changed. We seen so many things that was bare necessities for us turn obsolete, like CD players, record players, tape decks, um, keys to cars. You know what I'm saying? So many things, VCR, so many things, DVD players, so many things. You know, the last time I touched a DVD, you know what I'm saying? Shit like that. It's just like so many things becomes obsolete, and then you're not realizing it. You know what I'm saying? Because you know they control they program you to stop doing shit. Like, whoever thought they would stop playing VCR tapes or DVDs? Now you don't even need a DVD. All you have to do is turn on your TV, go to one of your streaming site subscriptions and watch a movie and press the button and the movie's on. You ain't even got to press a, like, shit is just, they made life so super convenient with technology. Nothing's really analog. So when you see that, when it's nothing analog, that means they don't need human beings. They don't need nobody to do nothing no more. They showed you with the tolls. Now all the tolls go to your Easy Pass and all that. What happened to all that money? Where all that money go? Remember just a few years ago, you to cross the George Washington Bridge or cross the bridge to go to Queens and all that, they had people at least 15 rows of tolls, right? Where all that money go? Where did all those jobs go? Where did all the opportunity go? Like, it's all under control. Who controls all that? Where did the dividends go? Like, physical dividends. Yeah, the 8 track too. Yeah, y'all right. It's just certain things we don't need no more, and they showing you that we the next, the human being. We don't need human beings. So when you don't need human beings for things, and you can just build machines to build shit, that means they don't gotta pay nothing. All they doing is programming, and they got full control of whatever they programming. Know that. So when they delete the people from doing all the things that you went to school and got degrees for, what the fuck is your degree mean when a computer can take over what you went to school for 8 years for? Let's talk about that. Let's talk about it. We ain't gonna just talk about gossip and bullshit and all that dumb shit. Let's talk about real things that people not really paying attention to. I can make a whole movie with AI in a matter of minutes. I can make a like. So what happens to Hollywood? What happened to the people that went to school for creative writing and got degrees in writing and photography and stuff like that and cinematography? What happens to those people when you don't even need a camera no more to shoot a movie? All a person can do is just take a picture of you and just emulate you through AI and put you in the movie. Now everything became for human beings becomes obsolete, controlled by AI and computers. What's going to happen for the human being? How will the human being survive if everything is controlled by a machine and it's taking away your jobs? Yeah. Let me tell you, right? Let me tell you the people that got rich in COVID. The people that got rich in COVID was the people that wasn't scared. The people that really knows going on. Everything, millions and billions of dollars is being made out of chaos every time. Fear controls the economy because they make you think it's nothing. They make you think tissue is running out when they creating this shit right now as we talk and sleep and all that. Tissue is being made by a computer, rows and rows and rows, packaging as we go on. Right now, toy, everything you can think of is being made right now while people are asleep. And all they use us do is to manufacture it to melt. They use this for the manual labor like uh UPS and stuff. They still got human beings on the assembly line on the belt. You know what I'm saying? Like people don't understand what's really going on, bro. You gotta be focused for this shit. You know what I'm saying? They control everything out of fear. Everything. The economy is controlled out of fear. You know what I'm saying? They got you scared, they can control you. But then after they got you scared, they can control you and tell you anything they want to tell you. And that's with anything in life. That's like a bully. If you scared of a bully, if you scared of a bully, right? And you so scared to where a bully can do something to you and he tell you you better not say nothing because if I get in trouble, it's gonna really be bad for you. He got control over you, right? That's just that. So imagine a bully on a higher scale. I sit back and analyze and sit and think about things that niggas don't think about. The things that niggas be scared to talk about, I talk about. The things that niggas be like, you know what got, you know what got homeboy so mad and frustrated with me? He thought he was able to bully me. What I've always learned how to do is take what you use against me and reverse it on you like Uno. I've learned how to play the game of Uno. I've learned to have a handful of skips and reverses. And I be hollering Uno every time on these niggas. Because I know how to play strategic. First, you know, you don't play out of emotions. You know what I'm saying? I know when a nigga playing in my face. I know when you playing with me. I know when you trying to put me in a bad spot. I know when you checking my temperature. You checking a person around me temperature. I know about that. It's all in detail. Life is about detail. The reason why a lot of niggas fell in life because they don't pay attention to detail. They never read the fine print. They read the big bold letters that they can see and they can comprehend. They don't never digest. what the fine print is. The fine print is the shit you gotta pay attention to. Niggas will say that you'll get a check and it say you won $10,000, right? And it say it across the joint, big bold letters. All you see is I won $10,000. But it be saying little shit in the corner in real small words, and you don't read those words, and that's why you done got a sweepstakes check, and that shit is not a check. It's a fucking it's junk mail. People be receiving junk mail in real life. This is what niggas do. Niggas is junk mail niggas. That's why I know how to play these niggas game. I'm not like, am I an emotional person? Very. It's because because that's the reflex you want to get. You want to get the emotion. And I don't let nobody control my emotions, but you will get what you asking for. Anytime I see a nigga playing in my face or think he gonna check my temperature and think I don't know what's going on, I've been around the biggest manipulators and gaffers in the United States of America. I swear to everything. I've been around the most I've been around the most manipulative motherfuckers, and I learned from them. But I learned how to use that in a good way, how not to treat people. You get what I'm saying? Niggas don't be good niggas. Niggas don't be good niggas. Niggas get around niggas, befriend them, get them comfortable to stab them in the back. I never did that to a nigga. And if I ever did that to a nigga, you was playing in my face. But my face card and my records and my repertoire is so solid. I never did no underhanded shit to no niggas. I never did no underhanded shit to no niggas, or for nothing, for no gain or nothing. Because I believe in my hustle, I believe in my will, I believe in my ideas, I know how to execute. I've never been a jealous nigga, bro. Even when everybody around me had more than me, I always saluted, bro. So when niggas was treating me like shit and niggas was acting funny and doing certain things, it used to take me for a loop because I'd be like, yo, bro, I'm 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 genuinely happy for niggas, bro. How can't you? This is the thing I don't be knowing, understanding, right? How can't you be happy for a nigga that you genuinely love, right? To see him do better. You supposed to celebrate when you see your nigga coming out the shit that we've been trying to get out of all our life. I've never understood jealousy. I've never been jealous about a nigga about if he had a girl, a doper coat than me, sneakers. It's a lot of shit I didn't get. It's a lot of shit I didn't accomplish and achieve. But I don't be bitter about that shit because I know how this shit go. Niggas will take telling your story or telling your truth as emotional, emo nigga. No, y'all, everybody do the same shit. But when you do it, it's different. Nah, it ain't different. It's the same shit. Niggas do the same shit. But the only thing that's different be niggas' bank accounts and the opportunities that niggas is granted. That's the only thing that be different. We all one and the same. Everybody is one and the same. So it's a like I be telling niggas like this. This is what niggas use. This is always the niggas that made it. The niggas. Let me tell you what niggas that made it use as an excuse to to say bullshit. The first thing these niggas will tell you is, yo, we all have the same 24 hours a day. We all have the three set, right? True indeed. We all have the same 24, 375, 365, 7 days a week. We all 366 leap year. We all have the same time as long as we got air in our lungs, we breathing and we functional. 10 toes, 10 fingers, we can walk, our limbs is all right. We all have the same 24/7, 365. but we all are not granted the same opportunities. The reason that you are ahead of certain people because of the opportunities that you were granted. You know how many motherfuckers out here that's been busting their ass for years doing the right thing, going to school, graduating, working, and still can't make ends fucking meet because of the economy. The shit that they went and bust their ass and got degrees for is not even equivalent to what's going on because technology is growing every fucking day. There's somebody right now creating some technical shit right now that's going that's gonna help us guide through the world somewhere. Somebody somewhere putting gadgets together right now. When you sleeping and bullshitting and fucking and lusting and doing whatever you do, is somebody somewhere trying to make the world bigger and better place. And people don't understand that. And when you understand that right there, you gonna be further in life. You gotta when you're not granted opportunity, you gotta create it. One thing about me, I was given a lot of opportunities. But I created a lot also because when your back is against the wall and niggas look at you as a threat, they're not going to grant you opportunity because they are always worried about their position. Niggas will be worried about a position they're not even in, but they don't want to see you in it. A nigga hate on something that they know they don't even have the capabilities of doing, but a hate on you so you don't do it. Niggas know you'll be 100% qualified to do the job and can get you the job and put you in position to win, but won't. Why? Because they are afraid of their position, and it's not even the same capacity of what the fuck you be doing, bro. I've never understood jealousy and just hating ass niggas. Like people want to play this game in life. You know what I'm saying? I seen I seen so many people, right? I seen so many people become successful, right? And soon as they felt like they financial gain was power, I seen it dissolve like cotton candy and taken away from them. And you know who the people that I seen get wealthy and continue to get wealthy? The motherfuckers that act like they ain't got shit. The motherfuckers that they ain't got shit, got everything but don't act like they got shit. They humble, they courteous, they got empathy, they got sympathy. And those is the motherfuckers that's gonna be here. The motherfuckers that get $1 over lunch money and start thinking they the higher anarchy of shit. Those is the niggas that get it taken away every time. It don't last. I just like you go rob a nigga for a chain and get 20, 30, 40, 50,000 for the chain, right? You know how fast that 50,000 ounce gonna go? It didn't come from a good energy, so it's not gonna last. You might think you just got over. Yeah, I just booked a nigga. I'm about to go turn this in. Yeah, I just got 50K. You gonna go splurge on bitches, get high, get fresh, go invest to try to invest in something to flip, and it's not gonna work because it didn't come from a good energy. You know how many times niggas be thinking like your run, your like a run, like it's not worth it. It's not worth it. I've had the ability to let God control a lot of my life. And I was just a person that was just in the body, in the soul, just like, I'm gonna let you guide me through. Because I understand that I'm not perfect. I have flaws. I have adjustments. I have things I have to work on. But I'm a hell of a good fucking person. I've did a hell of a fucking lot for a lot of fucking people, and I've never asked for anything, and I've never looked up, and I've never looked at it as you owe me, and I never got that shit in return. So that's what make me even be more humble, and I know that's what makes me special, because I'm doing it from the heart, because I know I'm not gonna be here forever. That's why I do these streams and these lives, to document my life for people to really understand me. I'm not on here joking right now or nothing. I'm letting y'all fully understand what type of shit I really be thinking about. Only way you're gonna prosper in life is to delete people, places, and things that's not good for you. Places you going, things you doing, and people you're conversating with. You gotta stay focused. Why have a conversation with a person and it's not going to amount to nothing? I don't have time to waste. I don't have a millisecond to waste on a conversation that's not pertaining to nothing that's going to help me or you. We both wasting each other time. What is this conversation about? I'm tired of just talking to niggas. We did enough fucking talking when we was little kids. That's when it's time to talk. When you're a little nigga, you ain't really got nothing, you know what I'm saying? You getting taken care of by mommy, daddy, your grandma, whatever, whoever your guardian. I'm not sitting like, I'm not sitting around talking about dumb shit. It's hard to have friends nowadays, bro. Cause it's hard to have friends because you don't know, you don't know, you don't really know niggas' angle. You don't really know if niggas fuck with you or not. Let me tell y'all something, right? I know what it is to feel and be lit. I know what it feels to have a substantial amount of money, fucking a certain type of bitch, going on certain types of trips, obtaining certain things. I understand that, right? And I realize none of that shit mean nothing. You know what's the true gift in life? Moments and memories. Creating moments and creating memories. I seen niggas work so hard to get where they need to be and want it to be and piss it away because of ego and arrogance. Arrogance and ego with money, that shit worse than crack. I remember like when I was super lit, every day felt like a party, right? Every day felt like a party. Every day, wake up, brush your teeth, take a shower, pray, you know what I'm saying, that you hear another day, eat, smoke, go buy whatever you want to, whatever shorty you want to fraternize with for the day. Every day is a party, right? Everybody want to be around you. Everybody stroking your ego. But soon as that momentum is gone and it ain't no motion, yo, bro, you will look up and nobody will be there. Nobody will be there. Life continues. Nobody will be there. And you be like, yo, damn. So them niggas really ain't fuck with me. They fuck with what I was doing. They fuck with what I can do for them. They fuck with what I had going on. They didn't fuck with me. They fuck with what I had going on. So when what I had going on stopped, they stopped fucking with me, meaning you didn't fuck with me. You was fucking with my situation. And that's what this shit is. That's the music business in a nutshell. That's this industry shit in a nutshell. Niggas take allegiance. Niggas got these little bitchy crews that they like they separate themselves. Like it be ghetto, supposed to be ghetto gangster niggas, but they be bougie like bitches. They be in little circles sniggling and giggling like whores, and they be exiling. It'd be a big party of exile on niggas that's real right niggas that's trying to get in the game, but because they don't have a certain status of celebrity or money, they get exiled out. The industry is a big, it's a lunchroom. You remember it was the kids that was looked at funny. Then you had the kids over here that was playing Uno and spades and pocket video games and dice and checkers, and it's like that. That's how it is. That's exactly how it is. And until one of them nerds from that table get into a zone to where people start liking them, fucking, you always gonna be sitting at that table. And know that. And this in all reality, this is what I realized in school. You know who was the real cool kids? The niggas that was sitting at the nerd table. We was the whack niggas. We was the whack, the niggas that was so called cool wasn't the cool kids. You know who the cool kids was? The niggas that was exiled. You know why they was cool? Cause niggas didn't know none of them niggas' abilities. Nobody knew nobody ability. Nobody knew what they can bring to the table. Those was the special motherfuckers that prospered in life, that graduated, that became something. Not the motherfuckers that was sitting at the table playing cards, eating butter crunch cookies and chocolate milks and very fine drinks from the vending machine. Know that, man. I'm clocking out right now. I love y'all. Thank y'all. We been here for a minute. I appreciate y'all, man. Peace.